people, I always get a lot of questions in my comment section asking how do you record your Pokemon battles and your footage? Well, I use the HD60 Pro Elgato and the HD60S Elgato capture cards, and they're really, really good. The HD60S I use on my laptop because it's very portable and nice to use for that, and the HD60 Pro I use on my PC. Now, the software that comes with it is pretty handy. You can have a stop and start recording button with a timer down the bottom. It's very nice and clear, and you've also got a sound option, so you can record the actual sound gameplay, or you can actually mute it. Now, you've got your mic there, so you can mute your mic or narrate, and you can also take screenshots, which I think is an excellent little feature, right? Now, you can see you've got a capture and a library, so you've got a library for all your recordings, and you also got a capture for all your screenshots. Maybe some of your more memorable moments you want to take care of, you can take those photos. Another really cool thing is I use Adobe Premiere, and I actually put my Elgato RAW videos into there. It renders super quickly. I just drop it in there. The audio is already pre-rendered as the video, and it goes really fast. So it comes in a really nice, friendly format for editing. If you are interested in recording your gameplay, taking some cool screenshots, and maybe making editing a little bit easier for yourself, you can check it out in the description of the video. I will leave a link there, and even if you don't do like streaming or video editing, but you just want to take some cool screenshots, or you want to make some videos of your gameplay on your Nintendo Switch, Xbox, PlayStation, etc., maybe go give it a check out. It's really cool. I've used them for a long time. They're very reliable, and I highly recommend them. Alright people, let's get into the battles. What's up YouTube? For today's video, we're a full Pseudo Fairy type Pokemon team. Ryan Lucas, this one is for you. Thank you very much, man, for being a Patreon. Now, this team is all based around Pokemon that could possibly be a fairy type. Like Jirachi, for example, I believe that it could be a psychic and a fairy type instead of having that steel typing, right? So that's what the team is all about. If you do want your own custom theme team or Pokemon sweep, you can check it out at patreon.com/PIMPNITE. The link's in the description of the video. Tier 2 and above. I've got 3 battles today for your entertainment, plus I've got some funny bloopers at the end too. If you'd like to see the bloopers come back a little bit more often rather than just randomly, let me know in the comment section of the video there. It does take a little bit of time to get some funny moments, but you know, if enough people are interested, I will put in some extra work for that, right? Okay, we got a battle. This one was against Jevil. This one was on my Twitch stream too. Now, we got a Torkoal here, and I've got my Blissey as a fairy and normal type. Also, if you believe a Pokemon that could fit on this team too could possibly a fairy type Pokemon, let me know below in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts about my team, and of course, if anything I may have missed, or you think I'm wrong, or any thoughts and opinions like that. So go for the try taking. I've got the Serene Grace ability, of course. It's PIMPNITE's channel. I'm trying to get a Paralyzed desperately, something scummy like that, right? Now, the Torkoal's going to be setting up the Stealth Rocks here, and they're going to be going for Rapid Spin. I think they maybe thought I was going to go for Stealth Rocks myself there, but I was desperately trying to take this thing out with a try attack, and of course, get a little bit hacks along the way there. So the Rocky Helmet was actually helping me a lot there with the Rapid Spin damage, and Torkoal is going to be going for a final Solar Beam here. It didn't really matter what attacks Torkoal did to me. Blissey was going to be able to tank them all day, right? Now, the EVs on this Blissey set were Max Health and Max Special Attack Modest Nature. Now, also one thing to add here as well. I wanted to try and make it so all the pseudo fairy types had different typing, so I wasn't going to have 6 fairy normal type Pokemon, right? So I'm going to explain that later when another Pokemon comes out as to why I didn't include it. Anyway, we got Volcarona coming out. It's going to be going for Equivocance. I have to do something now. I either got to swap or I got to get some hacks, right? I've got to get something. Something's got to give people. So go for the try attack here on the Volcarona. I'm crossing my fingers, right? And nothing happened. Not even one tiny shred of scum happened. Now we got the Volcarona going for the Fiery Dance here, and it's bad, people. It's looking real bad because Volcarona is going to get a +1 in special attack, and it's already got the Quiver Dance, so I'm in big trouble here. So go for a try attack here. Nothing happens. Had more action than grade 2 than this. Anyway, we got the Volcarona go for another Fiery Dance, and Blissey is going to go down, and it gets another +1 in special attack. Oh no. The battle could be over before it even begun. So swapping into Altara now, I feel like Altara could be a fairy and dragon, just like its Mega Evolution. Like, just take away the flying completely. So I've got a Desperation Dynamax real quick. I'm running a physical Altaria Like, if this was a special Altaria, I think I actually 1,000% would have lost the battle right now. But I've got a little bit of chance here to get back into this run, right? So I'm going to be Dynamaxing it as well as the Volcarona. Now, I knew the Volcarona wouldn't have anything to hit me with. Maybe not even, like, for neutral damage. So I'm thinking, like, okay, Fire-type move, Bug-type move, that sort of stuff, right? So if I can Dynamax my Altaria, I should be able to live maybe badly and take this out with a dual Wing Beat or Max Airstream here. And that may actually help me out down the rest of the battle too if I'm able to overcome the Volcarona. So go for the big old Altaria here, getting a fat bit of health back there. I've got 226 health here, so I feel like I could possibly live it really, really badly. So the Volcarona is going to be going for a max Flutterby here, and I do take it, and I take it well. So that's going to drop my special attack, which is a good move, right? Because normally, I mean, every single other Altaria probably would have been special, but on PIMPNITE's channel, we're running the physical one. We're going for the max Airstream off the dual Wing Beat, and Nom Nom is going to go down. Imagine ending a Volcarona. That wouldn't taste very nice. Anyway, so getting that +1 in speed there, and the Volcarona, the big threat is going to go. I'm so glad, right? I'm so glad I had my physical Altaria there to tear it to pieces. Now, the next Pokemon that's going to be coming out after, of course, the sun is going to fade away and not give those fire types any more bonuses is the Durant. So Durant I can use Max Airstream against, but before I do that, I'm going to go for a Max Whirlwind and get an attack dropper. I feel like I could definitely live its next attack, right? Because it didn't have a lot to hit me, like a steel type move, a bug type move. What's it going to do? And then it went for a Trainment, but a Trainment is going to fail on a Dynamax Pokemon. They're going to swap their Durant out now, and now they're going to go into their Cradily. So I'm like, okay, Cradily is a very, very bulky Pokemon, right? There's no way in this wide world I'm going to be able to take it out. However, on my set, I do have Dragon Dance, right? So that won't be too bad. It depends what Cradily's got up its sleeve. It doesn't have sleeves. Why do I always do that? It's leg anyway. Are they legs? They're like little suction things underneath it, right? Someone explained to me Cradily's biology. So I'm going to go for the Dragon Dance here. I've got a +1 and a +1 in attack and 1 in speed, and I've got max attack and max speed on Altaria. Right? I've got on this one Jolly Nature because I do want to outspeed stuff, but I've got Dragon Dance to, obviously boost my speed and attack too, right? You could go between Jolly and Adamant and everything would be fine, right? So we've got the Cradily here. It's got the leftovers. It's very, very bulky, and it's going to be setting up stockpiles here. So I thought, all right, well, I may as well set up Dragon Dance here. Stockpile you can only use 3 times, and then you're a max, right? Now, I could keep going for Dragon Dance here, but I felt like Cradily wasn't going to let me do that, and it did indeed go for the Leech Seed, but it missed, unfortunately, for the Cradily. I was sort of like happy about that. So I celebrated and went for another Dragon Dance. I mean, there wasn't a lot I could do here. All I could do was just keep going for Dragon Dance and hope maybe I could go for the Dragon Rush, land the attack, and maybe get a Flinch Run. So those little seeds are going to get planted underneath me there, and Cradily is going to have a lot of sustain here, right? It's got the Leech Seed and it's got the leftovers, and at this stage I assumed it probably had Recover, right? Or Giga Drain, something like that. Some sort of sustaining moves, right? This took ages to get in this matchup, right? I was trying to do damage to Altaria, and then Cradily didn't have a lot to hit me with and was just relying on Stockpile and the Leech Seed to take me out. So the Cradily has Stockpile 2 now, and it can only Stockpile 1 more, and it's at max. But I can tell you what, Cradily at +3 in defense and special defense is no joke, right? A lot of the time, you got to take it out with, like, Toxic, or you got to taunt it before that happens, right? Or just have some really, really powerful move to take out. It's an absolute unit, right? It's actually one of my favorite fossil-type Pokemon. Now we're on that topic. So go for the Dragon Rush there, hoping I can get the Flinch on the Cradily. However, it is going to go for the Giga Drain and take me out there. I would have fainted anyway, but it hasn't used Recover yet, so I'm hopeful that maybe it doesn't have Recover. And also, I did find out what the Cradily set was after this battle, and I will tell you that too. So Cradily's got the leftovers, and it doesn't have any more Leech Seeds. So I'm like, okay, the only Pokemon here that can possibly take this out before it uses Recover or some sort of healing move, right, is my Milotic. This is a Disarming Voice Throat Spray on your PIMPNITE channel. Mud Spot, Hydro Pump, Blizzard. I nearly said Hydro something else again. So I'm going to go for the Blizzard here, and it's going to land, which is awesome. And guess what, people? Clover is going to live. Clover the Cradily. And now it's going to go for a Giga Drain here. Now, the bad thing about this scenario, right, Cradily is going to get some health back from that Giga Drain, and it's going to get the health back from the leftovers too. So it's about at the range where I hit it before Blizzard, maybe a little bit down. Now the thing about Blizzard, right, the actually is scum. So I was thinking, I'm going to miss soon. So I went for another Blizzard, and Cradilly lives on 1 health. The merch is available. Now, the Cradilly is going to go for another Giga Drain here. I cannot live another Giga Drain. I have to land another Blizzard. If I miss this Blizzard, I don't know, like, I lose my Milotic. Like, Milotic is a very, very good Pokemon on my team. So crossing my fingers once again, I get 3 Blizzards in a row on the Cradilly, and Cradilly gets dropped. That was so lucky there. So it's not, you don't really hit 3 Blizzards in a row very, very often there, without the help of hail and stuff, right? Now, in comes the Arctozolk here. I'm going to go for Blizzard again. It lands. I'm like, what? This is my 4th Blizzard, right? It doesn't take it out. And guess what, people? I get a Freeze Axe. This is some absolutely wild luck here. And guess what, people? This is the prime time, golden opportunity to go for that Disarming Voice Throat Spray only on PIMPNITE Shadow. And that's going to give me a +1 in special attack. And of course, it's going to crit too. Wow, that was some wild luck there. I don't even know what the calculations for the luck there, but dang, that was lucky. I actually went down to the shop and bought a lotto ticket as well. That's how lucky I was feeling today. So the next Pokemon to come out here is the Toxicroak. So Toxicroak's got a lot of priority, right? I was thinking, maybe it'll just go, clap me with Fake Out, but it went for the Sucker Punch instead, and Milotic went down, which is fine. Milotic was absolute MVP there. All the EVs on that. That was a Timid Nature, Max Speed, and Max Special Attack with the Throat Spray as the item. So we're going to go into Victinia. Victinia, I thought, could definitely serve as a fire and fairy. Plus, it's got little wings too. Like, you got to admit, right? Now, Milotic as well was a water and fairy type. It's very majestic looking. I definitely feel it could be a fairy type. So I think they're pretty good so far, all of my suggestions for fairy type Pokemon. Anyway, I'm going to get, Toxicroak's going to throw a bin at me, and my Victinia is going to go down. That was a Future Sight, Dazzling Gleam, Rest, and Protect set. Max Speed and Max Special Attack. Now we're going to go into Celebi. Celebi is going to be it's going to be our grass. Sorry, not our grass. Yes, our fairy and our grass Pokemon, right? And we've got the Toxicroak swapping out, and we've got Kevin Durant coming in there, slamming a few hoops. So I'm going to go for the Psycho card here. This is a Mix Assault Vest Celebi set, and I got a critical hit there, which is really, really nice on that. And now I'm going to bring out my Celebi because I feel like a Bug-type move is coming my way, and I'm going to go into Jirachi. So Jirachi we're going to have as a Psychic and not a Steel type, as a Fairy type. Now, I know there's going to be someone in the comment section saying, why didn't you put all 3 of the Pixies in the team, right, as of Uxie Mesprit? The reason I didn't put them on this team was because I already had a Psychic and a Fairy type. Honorable mentions to those 3 Pokemon too, but I wanted to have all different types, right? So that's why I didn't do that. So we got the Toxicroak coming back in here. It's going to go for a Sucker Punch on my Jirachi, and Jirachi is going to go down. I've only got 1 more Pokemon left here, and that is my Celebi, right? Now, this Celebi's got Psycho Cut, right? Which is going to be, obviously it's going to take it out. But whether I can live the Sucker Punch is another thing here. So I'm going to take a little bit of Stealth Rock damage there. We got the Toxicroak going for the Sucker Punch, and Celebi is going to live on 25 health. And now we're going to get the dub with the Psycho Cut. And that, my friends, is the first battle. That was a crazy first battle, especially that Milotic luck there. That was crazy, like 4 Blizzards in a row, a Freeze Axe, then a crit. That's wild. Oh my goodness. Anyway, hope you people enjoyed this first battle. Jeff Ruin, thank you for the battle. If you see this one, make sure you leave a comment below in the comment section. Next battle we have today, this one's against Fiora, and this was randomly on the Wycom too. So the first Pokemon we have here was the Crobat, and I've got Victinia as the lead here. So Victinia, you guys get to see this a little bit better this time. So what we got here, we got the Crunch from Crobat. So it's like, okay, I'll be able to live that, possible 3-hit KO, right? And then I get critted, so oh no, this is a disaster already. So getting my future side up there, Crobat's future is not looking too bright. I could go for a Protect here. Now I thought, should I go for a double Protect? And then go maybe or swap on this turn or go for Rest. Like, I think I might just live this. It's going to be very close. I'll go for Rest, and then I'll be able to take the Crobat out, right? Victinia is going to get dropped by the second Crunch there, and that crit definitely mattered as the, the first hit the Crobat did against the run. Anyway, the Future Sight is going to take out the Crobat, and I am going to get a KO there. But that was very unfortunate. I definitely, if you look at it, I could have had a Victinia at full health, and their Crobat would have been gone, right? It would have been absolutely amazing. Now, the next Pokemon to come out is Amoonguss here. So I was like, okay, let's go for Tri-Attack. Come on, Blissey, do something for me. Get some hacks. So go for Tri-Attack. Obviously, it's not going to do anything else, and Blissey is going to be put to sleep by the Spore. So it's like, okay, that's great. I've got Natural Cure. Then wait, I'm like, I don't have Natural Cure. I've got Serene Grace. So it's like, okay, I've pretty much got to swap out Blissey here. There's no way I can take Amoonguss out with Tri-Attack Blissey, right? That's never going to happen. So going to Celebi here, I thought that's a great swap in there. I can easily go for a Psycho Cut. They could go for a Sludge Bomb, but they're going to swap here. So like, okay, that's fine, right? So then what they did, right, is they went into their Aegislash. It's like, okay, that was a very good swap into my Celebi there. So I had to swap out here and swap something else in. So I went into my Fairy Normal, which was my Blissey. Now, Blissey was sort of dead weight here, and Aegislash is going to get a Sword Dance. Now, that moment there when they did the double swap, that was an interesting swap in, right, that they did. Just remember that. And there's another part where they did an interesting swap in too. I don't know whether this person was actually watching my stream. There was one really interesting point where I want to actually mention in this, and I'll ask you what your opinion is. Normally, I don't like to say stream sniping. Normally, I'll give the person the benefit of the doubt if they've made a good play, but I just want you to watch as the battle goes alright. So anyway, Blissey's going to go down. Nothing I could have done there. That was pretty much a dead swap in there. So going into my Milotic, alright? I was like, okay, Milotic, what can I do? I can either go for the Dynamax to live the attack, or go for either Mud Shot in Dynamax for Max Quake to take it out, or set the Rain up, right? Either way, I felt like Aegislash may go for a King Shield here and just see what move I was going to do. It's like, okay, if it does that, at least I can get some form of damage up against it, right? So Aegislash, instead of going for the King Shield, it's going to go for Shadow Sneak. It's like, okay, that's very good. That only did a tiny bit of damage to my Milotic. Let's go for the Max Geyser and take this thing out and set the Rain up at the same time, which is going to put me in a very, very good spot, right? Speedy Milotic with a special attack is actually very, very good too. I've used it in a lot of battles, and if you want to run Disarming Voice and get that throat spray, go right ahead. It's amazing. And you get Max Starfall too. Next Pokemon here was the Gengar. So like, okay, Gengar. I could go for like a water type move. I could go for like a Max Quake. And now I'm thinking Max Quake would be a good play here, right? It would be a very, very good play. Now I could actually bolster my special defense. And if Gengar did go for a Max Ooze to bolster its special attack, I could equal that out, right? Now, I knew Gengar would outspeed me, right? And I was confident that I could possibly live its, like, 2 of its attack if everything went the way I thought it was going to go, right? So here comes the Max Ooze from the Gengar, and it does, you know, very, very minimal damage to me. It's like, okay, that's cool. That's actually fine. So Gengar's going to get a +1 in special attack here. I'm going to go for the Max Quake, and I'm going to equal that boost. Plus, I'm going to do a good amount of damage to it with the Max Quake too. So doing over half health. So I'm confident now I can either go for another Max Quake or just finish it off the Max Geyser. I've got the Rain on my side of the field, and a Stab. It's definitely going to take it out right. So Gengar's going to go for its G-Max move there. It barely scratches the surface on my Milotic. Milotic's a very bulky Pokemon, even when you run like a sweeping set. I'm going to go for the Max Geyser here, and that is going to drop the Gengar. The Hydro Pump actually goes in its mouth. It ate that water. That reminds me, I've got to drink some water. Real quick, people. Okay, I drank some water. Thank you for reminding me, Milotic. Okay, so Gengar's down. I think this bit's coming up soon that I was talking about, the funny swap. Mate, I hope it's in this battle. If it's not in this battle, it's in the next one. I just found it super, super strange, and I really want to hear everyone's thoughts and opinions on it. So we got the Nidoking going for the Sludge Wave here. Milotic's obviously going to go down. That's fine. So, right here, we've got the Celebi. I was thinking maybe I could swap it in and then go for the Victinia. And I was like, okay, it's fainted. I've got to go into Jirachi, right? So, Jirachi's got Psyshock. I was like, let's go for Psyshock. This is the battle. Okay, I can go for Psyshock here. Hopefully, this will take out the Nidoking, right? And then the Nidoking actually went for a Substitute. I was like, okay, Substitute on Nidoking. That's going to fail. So, the Rain did stop there. Now, what I did right is here I wait for the Dazzling Gleam to take out the Nidoking, and that's fine, right? Nidoking is going to go down. I was lucky they went for the Substitute there. I think they thought they might be able to outspeed me and, you know, obviously take me out with the Earth Power. So here was the funny part. Amoonguss came in here, so I was like, okay, I can go for a Psyshock against Amoonguss, but I was like, it'll probably put me to sleep with Spore, right? So let's go into Celebi, right? And then they went for the Sludge Bomb. That, to me, like, if you think about that play right there, that would, I don't know, like, that was, when you think about it, though, why would they go for Sludge Bomb against Jirachi when I had a Psyshock? Maybe they predicted I'd swap into Celebi with a Spore. If they did and went for Sludge Bomb, that was an extraordinary good play there. I don't know. That I will give them the benefit of the doubt that was a very, very good play. But man, that was a Galaxy Brain play if they did predict that. We're going to go for the Shy Shock there and take out the Among Us regardless, right? A lot of the times I do my battles, if you understand, I do them on the stream and people can see exactly what moves that I'm using. But I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt that that was a very, very Galaxy Brain play if that was. But man, it was sort of sus, though. Anyway, so Dragapult's going to come in here, and it's going to go for a Dragon Dart. I thought my Celebi would live, and it didn't. I was like, man, I think this is actually a Choice Banded set. So we're going to go into Jirachi. I've got 2 more Pokemon left, and I wanted to see what move they were going to do here. And, of course, they're going to go for the Dragon Darts here. It's Choice Banded, but Jirachi obviously be able to resist that with its... Still typing, pretend I didn't say that. Jirachi is going to be able to go for Dazzling Gleam here because, of course, it's a fairy type, right? Now, Dazzling Gleam wasn't enough to take it out. However, 2 Dazzling Gleams is going to be enough to take out the Dragon Ball there. Thank you for the battle, Fiora. If you ever see this battle, if you do see this battle and you did make that prediction, that was a very, very good prediction. But man, like that was crazy to me. Like that was crazy. Like predicting like 3 or 4 turns in the bounce. Like it was almost like, okay, I got Jirachi, you know I've got Psychic, right? Like, why wouldn't you use Psychic against Among Us and then swap into a Celebi expecting the sport, but then go for Sludge Bomb? Like, I can't fathom that one, people. Anyway, the third and final battle, this one was against Reese. This one was also on the YCOM as well. So, Reese, if you ever watch this battle, leave a comment. So, we got another Crobat lead, Deja Vu. Now, we got a different arena this time. It's on... the Isle of Armor arena. So what I'm going to do is lead with Victinia. Sorry, I'm getting my fairies mixed up. And I'm going to go for the future side here. Now, Crobat, instead of attacking me, is going to go for a Toxic. So like, okay, interesting. I've got rest on this, so I can get around the Toxic. So it wasn't that. It's not like I was going to get critted by Crunch again. You feel me? So I'm taking some Toxic damage there. I'm going to go for Dazzling Gleam here instead of going for the Protect because I thought, okay, I can go Protect next turn. Now it's going to go for a Bite. It's a scummy flinching Bite set with Toxic. I love it. I love it. So it's going to have the Black Sludge as the item there. So obviously running a little bit of bulk on it. So they've got the Toxic and the Bite and the Black Sludge. Nice. I like the way they think. So instead of going for a rest here, I'm going to go for Protect. And the Crobat is going to stay in here and go for another Bite. And it will go down to the future site here. So if I didn't have Protect, Bite would have done a fair bit. And then I think I would have been very, very close to Fate in there. So I say that's why they didn't swap out there. Now, the next Pokemon we've got here to face my Victinia, or after I've taken that, that Toxic damage there, is Gyarados, the Galar champion. Now, Gyarados can go for a bubble at this stage and take Victinia out. So we've got the Intimidate, not really going to matter at all. I managed to outspeed and get a future side off, which is cool there. Now, Gyarados is going to take me out with the Aqua Tail, and there's no way I was ever going to be living that one, right? So Victinia is going to go down. I'm glad it doesn't have Mox Air, but that would have been nasty. Now, I thought, well, let's go into Fairy Water here. My Milotic. Now, Milotic can go for a Disarming Voice here. I was like, let's go for Disarming Voice. I outspeed the Gyarados since I'm running a speedy set. And we've got a Throat Spray activation. Oh, also, I forgot to mention, since the Pokemon are level 100, this person set the rules as non-restriction too. So they had all level 100 Pokemon. So it was kind of nice, right? So then they went for a Hyper Beam, Hurricaning Gyarados, and then they had to take the future side. That was actually kind of unlucky there, missing the Hurricane, then Hyper Beam. That's kind of like bad luck. So go for the Blizzard there, and Gyarados is going to go down. A very, very bad luck there for my opponent not getting one of those hits off right. Next Pokemon is the Orbeetle. I thought they made G-Max here with their Orbeetle, so I went for the Hydro Pump, right? With +1, this thing was hitting pretty hard, right? So Orbeetle does take it, and it's a pretty tanky Pokemon, and now they're going to go for a Psychic here on my Milotic, and I get a Special Defense drop, so like, okay, that's a shame. The next special move is going to hit me very, very hard. So go for another Hydro Pump here, and Milotic is going to take out the Orbeetle. Man, Milotic was on, like, absolutely on song landing its low actually moves like that. Blizzard and Hydro Pump are like always hitting. Next Pokemon to come in is Zachary Zacian himself. I was like, oh, here we go. This is where the battle's probably going to go downhill. At least they can't Dynamax, right? So we're going to have the Zacian go for the Sacred Sword there. I am just going to live there on 37 health, and I do manage to get a Mudshot off, which is really, really nice. So I do a good chunk of damage there, and I drop the speed of the Zacian. So I'm going to go for the Hydro Pump here. I just went for it. I was like, let's go for it. Let's see if I can take this down, right? Hydro Pump hits really, really hard, but it doesn't quite take out the Zacian, and Zacian's going to go for the Sacred Sword and take out Milotic. But that's all good there. Now, I was a little bit worried this stage it'll sweep the rest of my team, even with a -1 in speed. So I was like, okay, Blissey, you've been absolutely useless in all of my battles. I'm just going to stick you in the field, right, and take the Zachary Zacian out. I nearly said the Sacred Zacian out with the Rocky Helmet there. So that's fine. Rocky Helmet KO disrespect. I'm all about that. So bye-bye, Blissey. You did your job there. And Zachary himself is going to faint. Now, my opponent's got 2 more Pokemon. However, they have not Dynamax or G-Max yet. So the battle is far from over, right? Now, the next Pokemon to come in is Dragon Ball. Never seen that Pokemon before. And I'm going to bring in my Jirachi. So I've got Doom Desire and I've got Dazzling Gleam here, right? So I outsped and went for the Doom Desire there. And that is sort of like, basically Doom Desire is like Future Sight, right? It's just a steel type move. It's got the same sort of time delay. Now, Dragapult is going to disappear from the field. I went for Psyshock there. Nothing I could do. It's disappeared. And now it's going to go for a Phantom Force and give me a spanking. But however, I do actually live that on 28 health. And now I can go for the Dazzling Gleam here. And Dragapult is actually going to go for a Flamethrower, leaving that Dazzling Gleam. And it's going to get hit by the Doom Desire as well. Unfortunately, you can't see the Doom Desire animation because if your Pokemon faints on the field, right, it sort of just comes up as a little hit. Like, it doesn't actually do the moves. As you can see, this went boom like that. If Jirachi was on the field, you get the full animation of the Doom Desire, like Future Sight, you know. Now, the next Pokemon to come in is my Celebi, and their last Pokemon, of course, is going to be Cinderace. I was like, man, how am I going to get past this? This is definitely going to be G-Max Cinderace here. At this stage, a Fire-type move is actually going to, it's going to destroy me. The best I was thinking about this, I was like, maybe I could go for Dynamax Celebi, then go for Ancient Power. And then I was like, nah, it's probably not going to work. It'll still be able to, like, two-shot me right now and speed me. Oh, the Celebi, I forgot to tell you what the EVs were. It was Max Attack and Max Special Attack with an Assault Vest. And Ancient Power was there to boost its stats, like, all round, maybe its speed and attack, right? So here comes the Cinderace's scummy G-Max move, and that's going to take out my Celebi. And Celebi's going to go down in one shot there. So they've used up one turn. It's like, okay, I've got Altaria. I can either go for a Max Guard here on this turn, or I can go for a Max Airstream. But I need to be able to outspeed this, right? Because Cinderace will outspeed my Altaria. And I've got a couple of moves. It's not going to hit really, really hard. That's the only problem. Like, I'm going to need to get some sort of big Dynamax in it. So I was thinking maybe I should go for Airstream. Then I can outspeed them the next turn. And then go for Max Guard, right, on their final turn of their G-Max. And then I can attack them with Max Airstream and take them out afterwards, right? That's what I hope was going to happen. However, the Cinderace is going to go for its own Max Airstream there and bolster its speed. So I don't know whether I expected that. I guess I'm a flying type Pokemon, so it was within the realms of me, using a flying type move. I mean, sorry, a Fairy and Dragon. Sorry about that. So go for another Max Airstream myself there, getting a +1 in speed. And virtually we're on the same speed. So at this stage, I was like, I don't want to take any more damage to this thing. Let's just go for a Max Guard. So that was the last turn on the Cinderace there. So I was like, okay, fine. What's Cinderace going to do right here? It's going to go for a Fire type move. What's it going to do? And then it went for a bounce. I'm like, no, that's really bad. So it bounced out of the arena, Hacker Exposed, and then I went for the Max Airstream, and it's going to miss. And it should hit the trainer and do some damage. So I'm out of my Dynamax there, and this is it, people. I've got to face a bouncing Cinderace. I was like, wait. I could go for a Dragon Dance here while they're in the sky, and then I can outspeed them, right? So Bounce doesn't paralyze me, thank goodness. And now we're going to go for the Dragon Dance here. That's going to bolster my attack and speed. However, Cinderace has still got a lot of health here. So it's like, okay, let's go for Dragon Rush. Dragon Rush is going to land, which is beautiful. Unfortunately, it doesn't quite take it out, and Cinderace is going to go for a scummy Pyro Ball. And since I'm not on the biggest amount of health, it is going to take me out there. But a crazy battle there at the end. Thank you for the battle there. What was my opponent's name? I forgot it for a second. It was Reese. Thank you for the battle, Reese. I've got a blooper coming after this. Hope you enjoy the video, people. Peace out.